What's good, y'all, and welcome back to another episode
Yeah.
of the greatest football podcast on the planet, the Hurls and Small Show. And as always, it wouldn't be the greatest show on the planet without my co-host, Smallz325. Man, how you doing?
Another day to talk to my good friend Herlens
Mm-hmm.
is a good day on this planet. How you doing?
Oh, you say it's another good day on this planet? Life has been lifing lately, man. It's been kind of shitty lately, but it's alright.
What you mean?
What's that?
You need to talk? I said, what you mean?
Nah, I mean, there's nothing really to talk about. It's just I, I
You're in that slump I was in for a while.
Yeah, and I thought it was just like an end of the year thing. Like I remember talking about it like towards the end of 2024, and I felt pretty decent for the early parts of 2025. But I don't know, these past couple of days have been kind of rough. I feel
Hey,
like
invest in vitamin D, dog.
vitamin D. What do I get that from the sun? No, right? Or is that
Yeah,
vitamin
but
C I get from the sun?
no, that's the sun. But have you seen this? Oh, you're in Florida. God damn it.
You was gonna say, have you seen the snow? Like, yeah, I'm outside enough. I get
No,
enough
I
vitamin
was
D.
gonna say, have you seen the sun in a while? Been invited over
I
here.
see it
We
every
ain't
day.
seen that
It's
homie
still
in a
out.
while.
It's 1 a.m. and the sun's still out. Right? I see the sun all the time, So yeah, I think I'm fine in that aspect. But I don't know. Like I said, life has
I
been
wish
life
you'd come
in,
holler at your boy.
but I'll be alright. But yeah, man. Before we even get into any football, be sure to go down, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Make sure to comment. We enjoyed, chatting up with you guys down there. Head over to the TikTok, show some love over there. I don't have no clue what's going on with that app. I don't know if it's gonna be banned, not banned, if Elon Musk is buying it, if Mr. Beast is buying it, if they're just putting a delay on it. I have no clue. But while it's still up, go over there and show some love. We've been doing some pretty decent numbers over there. So if you haven't already, go over there, follow, like up some
Hey,
videos, interact over
we
there.
just we just hit our career high on TikTok. We're 5 views away from 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and head over there. Give us a quick 30 seconds. Move on with your day. On the
Absolutely.
same front, we finally made that Twitter. I don't know what the handle of it is, so I
Mm-hmm.
can't really tell you that. But I'm sure he'll
Neither
put
do
it in
I.
the
I haven't
bio.
logged into it. Yeah. Uh-huh. I will. I'll put it in the bio. But yeah,
I
as
can't
always.
even believe
Oh,
that because he can't even put the podcast and the cap cut so that I can edit them. I'm sorry, that was a little
go
low.
into
I
your bowl
apologize for
prediction.
that
Go
one.
to go into your bowl predictions. Go into your bowl
No, what were you
predictions.
gonna say? What were you gonna say? What were
That's
you gonna
all I
say?
was gonna say. As always with the Thursday episodes, we got Smallz bowl predictions.
We didn't see last episode. Herlens always also made some bold predictions. He's
I
stealing
did
my
not. I did not. I did
stealing.
not.
I know I'm a cool guy, but you ain't gotta try to be like me, man.
Get into your foot. You get into your shits, man.
Number one.
I was trying to make it like I was in an ad. I was hoping you just kept flowing. I was hoping you just kept on going.
First prediction I got for you.
Mhm.
The Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills play on.
sorry. The Baltimore Ravens and the
You weren't even.
Baltimore.
You didn't even have anything to say. You were just dikembe mutomboing me
Because
for no
I heard the
reason.
Baltimore Ravens. I thought you were gonna say Lamar does something crazy. Derrick Henry. That's why I was like, no.
Oh my gosh,
But go
you
ahead.
just dick
Sorry.
riding before I even started.
Go ahead.
Baltimore Ravens and Buffalo Bills play on Sunday Night Football. The two teams will combine for at least 350 rushing yards.
No, because the Bills are locking that shit up. So as long as Josh Allen, James Cook, and the crew rush for that fucking 275, it's ain't happening. Because Buffalo is locking that shit up. Greg Rousseau, Matt Milano, DeMar Hamlin, they got that shit locked up. This dude loves sticking his hand out to fucking make a bet. What's the bet?
Whatever you want it to be.
I'm not making no fucking bet. But no, in seriousness, 350. I don't know if it gets there. I think this may be a game where it can get super high scoring. So I'm gonna say no. Not that they're not gonna not that either team is not gonna be able to run, but I just don't think it'll get that high. I don't know if there will be that many rushing opportunities, especially for Buffalo, because Lamar and Derrick Henry may get theirs, but I don't know if James Cook will have as good as a game as he has in the past. But yeah, I don't think they'll get up to 350. No.
Okay, whatever. Next one. Whether it's just in a close game or whether they're able to pull it off.
No.
CJ Stroud has a
I
masterclass
know it.
against the Kansas City Chiefs.
No. The Chiefs have been resting for a few weeks now. Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes haven't played since what, like Christmas. So I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be too easy for a game for CJ Stroud as it was last week, because I don't know if you're gonna have a quarterback that's gonna give you 4 turnovers on the other side and make it a short field for you. So I don't know if CJ Stroud's gonna be able to play as well as he did last week. So no, I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna have a master class. He may play well, but not a master class.
Hating. You a tier 1 hater. He's gonna be
Next.
the best quarterback of the week.
Fuck no.
The best of the week. How do we gauge that? That's not even something we can bet on.
Most
this game's within 10 points.
And look at him trying to switch it. This game's within 10 points and sticks his hand out while I have mine out. Absolutely not. Next.
That's what I only brought 2.
Oh, okay.
It's only 4 games. So I mean, I didn't bring one for every game.
Okay.
We can move on.
Yeah, we can get into
preview
of the divisional round. Starting off, the Texans always play on Saturday games at 4 o'clock. We got the Houston Texans heading to Kansas City to play the Kansas City Chiefs. We talked about this one just a second ago in your bold predictions. The Texans were able to turn over the Chargers 4 times last week. I don't know if Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs allow you to do that. So clearly I'm taking the Chiefs here. I had them in the Super Bowl, whether it was them or the Texans or the Chargers they'd be playing in this round. I have the Chiefs winning this game. I don't think CJ Stroud will play as well as he did last week. I think the Chiefs defense is better. I think they'll make it tougher for him. And I think if that defensive line especially can get going against the subpar offensive line of the Texans, I think it'll be a tough time for not only CJ Stroud, but Joe Mixon as well. And if Joe Mixon can't get it going, this offense is nowhere near what it usually is. So give me the Chiefs to win this game pretty handedly also.
The Texans hater all season picks against the Texans.
And like I said it in last episode. I was like, hold on, bro. The Texans, the way they beat the Chargers, they're giving me some confidence. But I would have a lot more confidence in them if they were playing anybody but the reigning, defending Super Bowl, back-to-back Super Bowl champions.
The last 10 games, the Kansas City Chiefs are 0-2 in the 4 o'clock window.
That shit don't mean nothing to me. Like, not a damn thing.
Just a
not a
stat.
damn thing.
I want CJ to do it so badly. So badly, man. And I can say that there's 8 teams left, and I just genuinely don't. Like, I want the Ravens to win, obviously. But if for whatever reason they can't, I don't have a preference other than that. Like, I'm cool with anybody winning. The Chiefs 3-peat.
My brother was asking me yesterday. He said, since your Chargers are out, who are you rooting for? And he was like, don't you dare pick the Bills because, the Bills are playing the Ravens. And, bro, I had no clue. I was like, I guess just for the story, the Commanders. But, like, I wouldn't say, even then, I wouldn't say I'm rooting for the Commanders to make it all the way. I really, honestly don't give a damn who wins the Super Bowl, who makes it to the Super Bowl, who wins any of these games, because I have no ties. And, yeah, I would love for the Niners to be here, but it's like, it's kind of fun now. I just get to watch and not worry about, like, say the Niners play on Sunday night. Now in the 3 o'clock window game, I'm stressing just about the Niners game that's coming up. Now I can just sit back and watch these games and just enjoy them and for what it is and not be worried. So yeah, just root for good football. Yeah, so I really don't care who wins any of these games. If the Texans win, I'm fine. If the Chiefs win, I'm fine. If the Ravens win, I'm fine. If the Bills win, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm just rooting for some good football. Hopefully it's better games than what it was last week. Because I know a few years ago we had some really good division. Like, it was the best divisional weekend of all time. That's when we had the Chiefs and Bills, that 13-second game. We played the Packers and we beat them on a game-winning field goal in like a snow game. I forget what. Fuck you, bro. I forget what other games there were in that weekend, but that was like it was like the best weekend of football. So yeah, I hope hopefully we get something like that.
Back to the Texans. I think that if that offense can keep any firepower up with the Chiefs, that the defense can legitimately keep them in this game. Daniil Hunter has been phenomenal all season. Will Anderson has played like the number 2 overall pick, and he's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Aziz Al-Shire, when he's not being a jackass, has been really good for them.
If the Texans win the turnover battle, I'm telling you, right, the Texans will win the game. If the Texans win it, which just doesn't sound like a crazy take, but I'm saying it. If the Texans win the turnover battle, they win this game.
I would agree.
Because I think that's their way to win. They have to win with their defense because I think they're just missing too many pieces on offense. Their offensive line isn't as great as the Chiefs' defensive line, obviously. So I think if you can make it easy for C.J. Stroud, give him some short fields, I think they have a chance in this game. So yeah, if the Texans can turn over Patrick Mahomes a couple of times, maybe force a fumble, he tries to do too much, he throws it into double coverage or something, and they pick him off, give me the Texans.
What do you think? What do you think the Texans run defensively?
What do you mean? Like what? Like whether it's a 4-3, a 3-4?
Like schematically, yeah.
Like specifically against the Chiefs, like what do they? Like you're asking me, what should they run?
Like how do they guard Travis Kelce?
That's where I think you have to double Travis Kelce and just make somebody else beat you. I really think.
Do you put like a Stingley on him and
absolutely
and
not
lock him down?
Absolutely
do you put
not.
Stingley on Worthy?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're gonna put Derek Stingley across from Travis Kelce, that you have to have somebody else on top behind Derek Stingley to help him because he's just too small. He'll just throw it up to Travis Kelce and he'll go up and get it. So no, I don't think maybe you put a linebacker on Travis Kelce and then a safety behind him to protect anything over the top. I think that's your best shot, but I think you have to double cover Travis Kelce in this game because you know it's playoff time. Him and Patrick Mahomes are just gonna be playing catch to each other, and Travis Kelce is gonna look like he's 27 again. So I think you double team Travis Kelce and make somebody else beat you. You just have to make somebody else beat you. You can't let 87 beat you.
You think To'o guards him, or you think they would go Aziz over there?
I think Aziz.
All right, I don't have a lot to say about this game. I just curious what you thought they would do.
All right,
it's not like they have the receivers to really.
Yeah, no Rashee Rice, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about anybody really. So yeah, I really think you double team
DeAndre.
Exactly. I think you just double team Travis Kelce.
Because as much as he's been disappointing his whole career so far, Jeff Okudah can still guard both of those guys if he plays.
Moving on to
Amari Lassiter.
Sorry.
Amari Lassiter has been phenomenal for a rookie.
Yeah, he was so good last week. But moving on to the Washington Commanders heading to Detroit to play the Detroit Lions. Man, if you would have asked me a couple of weeks ago, I would have said the Detroit Lions would smoke the Washington Commanders in a game. But what I saw last week from the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, his first playoff game on the road, it didn't matter. You're probably going into a tougher stadium to play a tougher road game to play in Detroit. The best team in the conference. It'll be a lot tougher, but I'm not going to count him out in that regard. I don't think that plays too much of a factor against Jaden Daniels. He's shown it doesn't really matter. But I think in the end, it's just going to come down to the more talented football team. It looks like David Montgomery is playing in this game. He said he's good to go. So I'm going to take the Lions to win this game. As I said, I think it just comes down to a talent difference. And I think the Lions are just the much more talented team when it comes to the Commanders. I don't think them being the young team or, haven't experienced as much will come into play as far as the Commanders go. I just really think it comes down to who's the better team in this game, and the better team overall, and I think it's the Lions.
The Commanders have been rebuilding for 1 year, and the Lions have been rebuilding for 3. So I mean, they just got a longer period to do what they want. Holy shit, David Montgomery! I couldn't think of his name.
Mm-hmm.
I said weeks and weeks ago that I didn't agree with him coming back this season because it could ruin his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing him talk about it, he said that he's had dreams every night about making a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And week after week, it seems like less of a dream and more of a possibility. And I just think that's so beautiful, man, because in today's sports, you see so many guys just selfishly chasing a bag But he proves that there are guys out there that so badly want to win and will do anything to risk making that
And
Super
that's
Bowl
what I
and
was
winning
saying
the
when you
Super
brought
Bowl.
it up. It's like you never know when you're gonna be back here. It's like, yeah, you guys are you won 15 games this season, but next season, knock on wood, Jared Goff could tear his knee up, and now you guys are a fucking 5-win team, or something happens, you guys aren't as good. So take the opportunity when you have it. So I never minded him coming back and trying to get to win a Super Bowl in this playoff run.
Luke Kuechly was on Kay Adams' show, and he said that the
Luke
pretty
Kuechly,
much
man,
the
I was
only
watching highlights of his a few months ago, and like I always go back and watch highlights of his Andrew Luck. Luke Kuechly was so fucking good, bro. So sad he
did you
retired
see
so early.
did you see Andrew Luck on John Gruden's little
Yes,
thing
I
before
used
the
to
draft?
love watching the Gruden camp, man. I remember watching Russell Wilson's, Deshaun Watson's. I loved watching the Gruden camp so much, and Andrew Luck was phenomenal. I know Derek Carr was a good one too. I watched his. Yeah, I love the Gruden camp.
I think I love seeing guys that intelligent about football
And
like
as a kid,
talking.
I would watch the Gruden camp when it came on like Sports Center in between like shows or whatever, and I'd be like, how the fuck does this guy know all this terminology? How is he memorizing a play like this? John Gruden's just spitting out some fucking words, and he's like, "Yep, I already know," and he's writing down the play. I'm like, how? It never makes sense to me, but hey, man.
Anyways, Luke Kuechly was on Kay Adams' show, and he said that the only flaw he's seen,
Man,
bro,
man,
the only flaw
man,
he's seen,
man. Sorry.
the only flaw he's seen. Go ahead, do it again, man.
All I did was laugh. Sorry. Go ahead.
The only flaw he has seen in.
Bro, why does that make you stop speaking? Just speak, bro.
I thought you were gonna say something
No.
again. And this Lions team is their ability to stop a scrambling quarterback, and you have talked about it all season with the Niners. A guy who is as elusive and shifty as a Jaden Daniels can be can make it hard on defenses. And as good as the Lions are, they have had a lot of injuries, so that makes it even more complicated. And they might struggle. I don't think they will, but I don't know. And shout out to Kay Adams because yes, she is fine as hell, but she's also had a lot of guests on there lately. And
Yeah, bro. She does. Like last season, she had Debo on like every week. She had Devontae Adams on this season. I seen her with KD.
I've seen like the last 2 weeks specifically.
Oh,
Like
I didn't know.
she wants KD.
Bro, I've been seeing little TikTok edits of shit like that. It's like, she was like, I go to this game or whatever, and it made me think about you. And Katie was like, you always thinking about me, huh? And then she started blushing. I was like, bro, KD, man, like back off, KD. And fuck, man, she is bad, man. She is bad. But yeah, man, I got the Lions in this game. Commanders, now, on a level of 1 to 10, how shocked would you be if the Commanders pulled this off?
Like a 6.
I think I'm at like a 4. Because I really don't think it would shock me too much. Because what Jaden Daniels had showed me, especially if it comes down to this being a close game, if this is a game where it's Jaden has to go down on a drive and win it, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Now, if you tell me the Commanders blew out the Lions, then I think that'd be different. But if they eke out a win, they win on a game-winning field goal or game-winning drive, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Not shocked at all because of what the Commanders can do, but just because the Lions have been so dominant the entire season, it'd be surprising to see them fall. But maybe I just haven't been in tune as much as I thought I was my entire life. But I don't remember a coordinator, like not a previous coach, but a coordinator specifically, having as much traction and being as hot of a commodity as Ben
Ben
Johnson is right
Johnson?
now. I see Bears fans and Raiders fans like rioting against each other. Like if Ben Johnson chooses the Raiders, he's an idiot and doesn't want to win.
Mm-hmm.
If he does the Bears, he's an idiot and doesn't want to win.
Yeah.
And like they bringing up the other coaches in their division, like he wants to go against Andy Reid and Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, I seen the tweet
twice
about
a
that.
year.
It's like you gotta have big balls if you want to go against Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh. Who else?
But think about the other three, dog. Think about the other three of Dan Campbell, Matt LaFleur, and Kevin O'Connell. Is that any easier?
Right. Fair. So if I'm him, I think I go Bears. Bears are probably the more, the option that you'll probably turn around quicker. But I think the Raiders
I disagree.
is a low key slept on option. I think there's some talent over there to get it done with the Raiders to turn that franchise around.
I told you if I'm him, I 100% go to the Raiders. You mentioned their line. They still have Brock Bowers. He gets to bring in a GM with him. He doesn't have to keep the coordinators over there if he doesn't want to. He can do everything he wants with the Raiders, and I think it's brilliant. And it came out today. I don't know if it's 100% true, but last year when he was going to have a meeting with the Commanders before they went Dan Quinn, his plan was to keep Sam Howell at quarterback. He didn't want them to go out and get another guy.
Thank God they went and got Dan Quinn.
When Adam Peters
Adam Peters,
when
49er.
When he told Ben Johnson he was drafting a quarterback, he canceled the meeting.
Hey, Adam Peters, you are a genius. You are a genius, man. Shout outs to you.
Ben Johnson, take that Raiders job. Get his Seahawks a phone call.
If he go over there and it's like, yeah, I'll come, but Aiden O'Connell's my guy. Aiden O'Connell, we're building with him, but they better do the same thing. Hang up that fucking phone. But let's move on to the LA Rams heading to Philly to play the Eagles. Do you see another upset for the Rams?
Bro, I don't know. This is the all of the games I believe can be close, but I think this is the hardest one to pick.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I agree.
Because
no.
That Rams defense.
Yeah, I would say hardest to pick. Yeah, I would.
What that Rams defense did to Sam Darnold last week was terroristic, man. They were so damn good. And last time these two teams played, Jared Verse bull rushed Jordan Mailata and made him look like a little kid. And Jordan Mailata might be the best tackle in all of football. Between Byron Young and Jared Verse, they're going to get pressure on Jalen Hurts. And if Jalen Hurts plays like he did early in the season, this could definitely be an upset. If he turns the ball over more than once, it could get scary for them because Matt Stafford. If he's playing like the Matt Stafford we like,
yeah.
But he didn't do much last week. He didn't have to. So that arm might be fresh. And he might be firing them bullets over the coop, firing them bullets. And Higbee's supposed to play. It looks like so. I saw he was puking up blood after in the middle of that game.
Matt Stafford?
No, Higbee.
Oh yeah, because he had the chest injury. Yeah, is he playing this week? Is he good to go?
I think he's questionable right now, but it's like he's optimistic that he's gonna play.
Okay, well hopefully he does play, and hopefully he gets well soon. But man,
the Rams having two Kobe's throws me off so bad.
Kobe Turner.
It's like Kobe Durant and then Kobe Turner, and I can't get them right in my mind.
I think we're headed towards another playoff game of Lions and Rams. I think Matthew Stafford is going back to Detroit. And the Eagles were my Super Bowl pick when we did the entire bracket. But from what I saw from the Rams, I talked about their defense last episode, and they talked about it on the broadcast. It's like, if you look at their numbers, it's not anything flashy, but they bend but don't break. So I think if they can just make it tough for Jalen Hurts to get it going through the air, I think they have a really good chance of winning this game. And if we get that Matthew Stafford, that's not 3 interceptions, looks like he's 57 Matthew Stafford, I think this offense should be good enough to get it done. Because this running game probably won't have an amazing day against the Eagles defense and their defensive line. But I don't think it'll matter because the Rams are not going to stop running the ball, and eventually they'll just gash you, and Kyren Williams will break one off for 15 or 20 yards. He'll have 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, but he's going to end the game with 27 rushes for 85 yards, so it really don't fucking matter.
I'm not a Kyren Williams fan at
Neither
all.
am I.
Like,
Neither am I.
I don't dislike him at all. I just... He's just cool. He's one of those running backs where I don't have an opinion on him. I don't think he's very good, but obviously he's not bad either. It's weird.
And I think the game plan for the Rams in this game may be a little similar. I think they will look to get the ball out quick again because I know that Eagles pass rush can get there if you hold the ball for too long. Or not. Yeah, sorry, the Eagles pass rush can get there if you hold the ball for too long. So I think they look to get the ball out quick here. And like I said, I think they can make life tough for Jalen Hurts. I think if Saquon will do what Saquon does no matter what you game plan or scheme against him. But I think you can scheme against Jalen Hurts to make him a runner or make him a passer. Sorry, and if Jalen Hurts is passing the ball, you like your odds to win that game because when it comes down to Jalen Hurts needing to win the game for the Eagles through the air, I'm gonna take my chances. We saw AJ Brown reading the book on the sideline. He apparently does that every game. But I don't know, man. There's something funky going on in Philadelphia. The vibes are off. I'm seeing reports of Mike Vrabel's gonna try to get AJ Brown back with them back together in New England. So I don't know. I think something's up in Philly. I think the vibes are just off, and I'm taking the Rams in this game. They make Jalen Hurts a passer, and they win this game.
I don't know. The vibes are like just AJ Brown though, because I don't know if you saw the interview, but the lady was I don't have that with me, so I don't know it verbatim. But she was like, "What is the game plan if the Rams are able to slow down or stop Saquon Barkley?" And Jalen Hurts was like, "Nobody's been able to do that all season."
Mm-hmm.
And she it might have even been a dude. They were like, uh, "Everybody's tried though." And he goes, "Yeah, they tried."
Mm-hmm.
And that I don't know how you stop Saquon. I don't know if you can
You
stop
can't.
Saquon. So if
Mm-hmm.
they just give him the ball 40 times, the Eagles could still pull this off.
And I think when they played early in the season, I think that was Saquon's like that game where he broke off those 270 yarders. He had like the 200 rushing yards in that game. Was that like a Monday night game when they played the Rams? I think it was. But yeah, I think that was that game where Saquon had the 270 yard touchdown runs, the 200 rushing yards and shit like that. So it doesn't look good if you're a Rams fan, but I'm gonna take the Rams in this game regardless. I think they make life tough for Jalen Hurts and they win this game. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, and the crew win this game.
Isn't it crazy to say that Jalen Hurts, I don't know if man, Jalen Hurts has only had a repeat play caller offensively once since his freshman year of college.
Really?
Shane Steichen was the play caller at the end of 2021 and then the play caller for 2022. He had Lane Kiffin his freshman year. He had Steve Sarkisian. I don't even know who that is. He had Brian Dable. He had Mike Loxley. He had Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma. And then he came in and had Doug Peterson. He had Nick Sirianni for a little while.
Not Kellen Moore.
And then he realized he's an idiot. And then they went with Steichen. Last year they had Brian Johnson. They fire him. They bring in Kellen Moore.
Wow.
It's a lot to go through every year, man.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm just not a huge Jalen Hurts guy. I think Jalen Hurts is a tad overrated. I think he's had a pretty damn good season, but I do think he's a bit overrated. If you ask me, I'm not a Jalen Hurts guy. I think he's good enough for the Eagles to win with. Like he's their guy. Like not that he's not their franchise guy, but I think people talk about him a little more highly than I think he should be. But that's just me. Okay. Go ahead.
What we got? We move on.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday Night Football. We got the Baltimore Ravens going into Buffalo, 6:30 Eastern.
Mm-hmm. Game of the week.
For what could be a 10 out of 10 movie. You script this, you put it in theaters.
Battle of the MVPs, man.
The two best quarterbacks in the entire playoffs.
Stop, bro. Stop. Enough, bro. Enough. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, bro. Enough.
You're right. You got the two MVP favorites. Mm-hmm, you got two very good running backs, one being the second best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You got two teams that aren't star-studded at receiver. The quarterback just kind of does what he wants.
And Zay Flowers doesn't look like he's going to play again. Didn't practice yesterday, didn't practice today, so it looks like he's not going to play.
But you can't man up the Ravens because Rashad Bateman just going to cook you. He's so fast. Rashad Bateman is going to cook you because he's so fast.
Okay.
Both defenses started off a little bit slow, especially the Ravens, and now they're right in their groove. Buffalo's phenomenal. Buffalo's D tackle, what's his name?
Ed Oliver.
Ed Oliver. He had an interview either today or yesterday. He was like, "Yeah, Coach McDermott. He gave us a quote that I really liked, and he compared Lamar Jackson to Kobe Bryant. He said that no matter what you do, you're not going to stop him the whole game. You just got to kind of slow him down.
And that's a great mentality. It was like he's gonna get his. No matter what you do, he's gonna get his. You just can't let Lamar Jackson, him breaking off a 15-yard run, you can't let it demoralize you or break your spirits or think your defense isn't playing well or think you're not doing the right things, because it's gonna happen. You know, he's gonna get his off, but as long as you can bend don't break, like I said, for the Rams, I think you'll be just fine.
But they're not going to be just fine, and the Buffalo Bills are going to lose by 4 touchdowns. Final score 35-10.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I only said it because that was the last score. It'll be a damn good game.
I'm taking the Bills. I think the Bills. Like I said, I think Josh Allen's on a mission. Not that Lamar isn't, but I think this is just the Bills' year. I think this is the year where they can. I had the Chiefs ultimately get into the Super Bowl, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Bills beat them this next week, because that's what I have, obviously. But I really think this is the Bills' year, so I'm gonna take the Bills to win this game. I think it comes down to, especially that there's no Zay Flowers for the Ravens. You said you can't man up, so because of Rashad Bateman. Boy, you fucking man up, stack the box. We're all out set. We're selling out for that Derrick Henry run, and we're making those receivers. Mark Andrews, you're gonna have to prove to us you're not washed anymore. Isaiah Likely, you're gonna have to show you weren't a week 1 wonder, and we're making those receivers beat us. 22 is not gonna beat us. That if I'm the Bills, that's what I'm saying. 22 cannot beat us. We're putting 7 in the box, 8 in the box. We don't give a fuck. We're stopping 22 at all costs. At all costs.
Speaking of Derrick Henry, did you see Mike Vrabel? He was talking. He was like, when the running back gets 40, or when a team rushes 40 times in a game, they're like 185 or in 2 or something crazy like that.
Yeah, and I didn't see that specifically, but Kyle Shanahan says the same thing. He always he wants to get to 40 rushing yards, because that's, if you get to 40, you're usually winning the game.
The Baltimore, you know what you got to do. And
they're not going to get to 40 because Josh Allen's going to come out hot, probably go out 21 to like 3. And so they're not going to be able to rush it as much as they want to. So they won't get to 40. But yeah.
The only thing in life that Josh Allen is better than Lamar Jackson at
is having the hotter wife, is what you're going to say. I already know. I
don't think either one of them are married, actually.
Oh, the fiance. Sorry, the fiance.
But his ability to roll out
bullshit
to the right,
something. Yeah, go ahead and bullshit something. Knowing damn well you was gonna say it's fucking girl. Sorry. Go ahead.
His ability to roll to the right and throw it anywhere on the field that he wants is debatably the greatest of all time. It's probably him, Rodgers, maybe Brady, but his pure arm talent is beautiful.
Brady. But I think if Josh Allen could keep it,
the greatest quarterback ever,
keep doing what he's been doing this season, to the extent to where he's not turning the ball over, he's not making those terrible decisions. Don't know what that's for, but if he could just play a turnover free game, give me the Bills in this game. I expect James Cook to have himself a pretty good game, as he always does, and Josh Allen is gonna win it with Josh Allen and friends. And book it now. Amari Cooper hasn't done shit with this team. Amari Cooper,
he's not gonna do shit.
100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Book it. Give me the Bills. We're jumping through oh my fucking, put your head down. We're jumping through tables. We're throwing snowballs. Buffalo, I'm riding with you. Bills Mafia, I'm here. Go Bills, baby.
Hey, if the Baltimore Ravens lose this game, but Curtis Samuel dominates, I might throw a parade.
Okay. Well, there you go. Curtis Samuel's going to have himself a game. So fuck that Amari Cooper shit. Curtis Samuel, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Book it.
Now, if the Bills win and he doesn't do shit,
you're going to be pissed.
It's going to be a cold day in hell.
Now, look, can I ask you something? If the Ravens lose this game, and it's not like it was a shootout, 38-35, both quarterbacks played amazing. Say it's 30-13. Lamar Jackson has a stinker. Is there something about playoff Lamar Jackson that needs to be talked about? Because this is going to be every year of his career. It's like that game where they're knocked out of the playoffs. It's like It's him falling short, him not living up to that regular season status. When he was an MVP in 2019, his first MVP, it was the Titans that beat him, and he didn't have a great game. Last season, he lost to the Chiefs. They started pretty well, but then ended the game flat. He didn't have a great game. So if he loses this game and doesn't play particularly well, doesn't look like the MVP form, is there something that needs to be talked about? Not saying Lamar Jackson, anything crazy, but is it like we have to, when we talk about the Ravens when it comes to the postseason, we have to look at them a bit different because Lamar Jackson just isn't able to get it done?
Absolutely not.
You're the wrong person to ask that question to. I don't know why I don't ask you that.
I don't think that Lamar Jackson has ever had a Derrick Henry. I think that Ted Monken is one of his best coordinators he's had.
Mm-hmm.
John Harbaugh is been there his whole career, but they're like brothers at this point. Zach Orr's in his first year, and that defense has been great the second half of the season. If they come out there and they put up a stinker, I would be tremendously surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't think that now if he does it this year and next year and the team is still just as good, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to this year, I think that he was the 100% focal point. Whereas if you can figure out a way to slow down Lamar, then you're gonna win the game. He's never been surrounded by talent to the same level as most of the other top tier quarterbacks.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you that because I know Lamar Jackson hasn't been great in his playoff career, so I wanted to see where head was at if he had a stinker in a game that really mattered against his MVP counterpart. So yeah. Okay.
It's not gonna happen though.
All right.
Before we move on, I was on Twitter today. And I saw a post that said, "Fuck it, Terrell Pryor 1,000-yard season highlights." That shit made me sad, bro. That shit made me so sad. Because if he was at Ohio State right now, and he was still a quarterback, he would be so highly touted. But he was just ahead of his time. You didn't want quarterbacks like
Colin
him at
Kaepernick
that time.
was ahead of his time.
Don't ever compare Colin Kaepernick to Terrell Pryor again. That is disrespectful to Terrell Pryor. And you're right, he was ahead of his time.
That is disrespectful to Terrell Pryor? You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
You're out of your mind.
You're out of your mind. No. I can't. No, I'm not even going to entertain this conversation. Continue speaking on what you're going to speak about, but that is an asinine statement. So I'm not even going to entertain that conversation anymore.
You didn't even get to see Pryor at quarterback. He was receiver.
Continue what you were going to say about Terrell Pryor, and we'll
this is still the continued conversation.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you rock. Go ahead.
Why can't you just have a conversation when we differentiate on opinion?
I can have a conversation, but when it's a statement that is that egregious, I can't. You just told me don't put Colin Kaepernick in the same conversation as Terrell Pryor. Do you know what Colin Kaepernick was doing?
Yeah, he went to a Super Bowl.
He did a lot more than that. He was phenomenal en route to that Super Bowl. He was phenomenal en route to those NFC Championship games. He was, for that 2.5 year stretch, he was amazing. If Colin Kaepernick was in today's NFL, he'd be one of the best quarterbacks in football. He was just 5 to 7 years too early.
So we're saying the same thing, but about different guys.
No, but you just said that would have been fine, but you told me don't put him in the same category as Terrell Pryor. When Colin Kaepernick takes off his pants and shits on Terrell Pryor.
Chill out. Chill the fuck out. Terrell Pryor would have been a phenomenal quarterback at the NFL level and still had a 1,000-yard season.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not crazy?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now we go a whole season with Kyle McCord at quarterback. This should make me sad, bro.
Like what? Now you got me looking up Colin Kaepernick's numbers, bro. Now you got me looking up his numbers because Colin Kaepernick was that dude, man. He was that fucking dude playing the Packers in the playoffs, and he rushes for 200. Don't even get me started, man. Don't even get me started, bro. Colin Kaepernick is that fucking dude, bro. I love Colin. I will go to war for Colin Kaepernick. I love that dude, man. From us going to Alex Smith getting hurt, we have to insert Colin Kaepernick. It's like, oh fuck, man. And then he leads us all the way to the NFC Championship game, no, to the Super Bowl against the Ravens. We're this close. Michael Crabtree's fingertips are this close from the fucking ball. We lose that game. Next year, we go to the NFC Championship game against the Seattle Seahawks. Colin Kaepernick brings us there again. We ride his wave all the way to the NFC Championship game. Richard Sherman tips the ball, and that's the don't ever try me with the star receiver like Crabtree. And then Colin Kaepernick, it all goes downhill. He gets blackballed, and we know the rest of the story. But that 2.5-2-year run of Colin Kaepernick was magical. What he was doing to teams, like, it was just, we shouldn't even be talking about Colin Kaepernick. He was just before his time. But sorry, go ahead.
Can't we talk about Colin Kaepernick? He was ahead of his time. I like celebrating quarterbacks like him. And like,
I have so much love for him, bro.
Pryor was like a Kaepernick, but with a better passing ability.
Sorry.
The Rookie of the Year nominees were announced.
Mm-hmm.
The 6 participants are Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Bo Nix, Brock Bowers, Brian Thomas, and Bucky Irving. Any complaints? No Caleb Williams. No. I don't know who else would even be up there.
No. That's
no
I think that's the perfect 6. I think it's gonna go to Jaden Daniels. Brock Bowers makes a strong case. So the top 3 probably
Malik did if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, if he didn't get hurt. But I think BTJ takes his spot for now. So I think the top 3 should be Jaden, Brock, and then BTJ. Can I? Sorry. I said we were done here, but can I just read this out to you? So we had 263 passing, 2 touchdowns, and we had 181 2 touchdowns on the ground. Like,
it was phenomenal, man.
Him and Jim Harbaugh together. It was Frank Gore, man. Crabtree, Vernon Davis, man. It was beautiful, man. We can fucking continue. Fuck, man.
And then racism prevailed.
Yeah, he got blackballed out of the league, man. What can I say?
You're welcome.
But that is it for the divisional round preview. The games just getting less and less. Next week we'll have 2 games, and after that we'll have 1 game. But yeah, we made the decision. We made the decision to continue with the 4-man fantasy. We'll see. We'll see if it's still we by next episode. But
it wasn't even really a we this episode. Nor was it really a we last episode.
Yeah. So it's since there's only 8 teams left, we're just gonna put every team on the wheel, and we're just gonna pick a player from each team that we land on. So it's no more divisions. And after that, after this week, I really don't know where we're gonna go. We may just do positions. That's probably what we will do if we keep it going. If not, I really have no clue where this goes from here. But we'll just get there when we get there, I guess. Do you know who went first last week? Repeats? Like teams? No. We'll just
draft. Like, can I pick Lamar again?
Yeah. I think that's fine. Since it's we're only doing teams. Yeah.
I believe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You can have first.
and then he goes, "You always have the first pick. You always go first." But fine, I'll go first.
You always have the first pick.
Spinning for myself, and I'm landing on the Detroit Lions. So I think they're playing against the Commanders. I'm down to Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who knows if David Montgomery's gonna play a lot in this game, but just in case, I'm gonna go with Amon-Ra St. Brown.
You should have taken Hawkinsocks.
Hawkinsocks? Laporta?
Oh, Hawkinsocks is gone.
Spinning for you, and you are landing on the Houston Texans.
So I can pick Nico Collins again?
Yeah. We'll allow it.
So I'll take Nico Collins.
All right.
Again.
We both took our receivers. Spinning for myself. I'm landing on.
I could get my exact same team from last week.
Go ahead and write down Saquon Barkley.
Damn. No, I can't get Dallas Goedert.
Spinning for you, you're landing on.
Write him
Put
down.
him in. Put him in. Put him in. Put him in. Like the fact that I could just say put him in and you know what name to write down. Hey man, next season it might have to be you draft the guy once and you can't draft him again for the rest of the year, bro. Because it's ridiculous. If you go and look at every single week we've done this, say we've done it 12 times, 8 out of those 12 times you've had Lamar Jackson, bro. But fuck it. So I got my running back and receiver. And I'm landing on the
Bills.
Give me Josh Allen.
Ah, you bastard.
We got the Chiefs, Commanders, and the Rams left. You're landing on the Rams. Yeah, probably the worst one you can get up here.
Let me Higby.
I actually don't mind who I get here. I'm probably hoping for the Chiefs so I can have Travis Kelce, playoff Kelce, and we get him. I'm loving my team this week. Travis Kelce to close out the roster. Ooh, who'd you have? Oh, you had quarterback. Oh, no, you took Lamar. So what do you have left? Running back here?
What team am I?
The Commanders.
Oh, my team stinks.
So you should have took Derrick Henry. Then you could have took Jaden Daniels here. But hey. You know, you do.
But now think about this. If I take Derrick Henry, right, then I can't have Lamar.
Fair enough. So what's the final teams?
Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley versus Brian Robinson, Amon-Ra St. Brown versus Nico Collins, and Travis Kelce versus Higbee.
I'm loving my team this week. I am absolutely loving my team this week. I think this is where we turn it back around and we get another win in the win column.
So I'm going to clip this out, and then I'm going to clip it out where he says, "I'm going to do it in this week." And then I'm going to post it on Twitter.
But
this is
that is it.
Lose, by the way.
That is it for the NFL playoffs this week. Smallz, I know you have some coach openings. Yep, that you want to get into. Go ahead.
If you're an NFL coach, right? They're not a coach, a team. Say that you're the coach of the Birmingham Stallions, and you're a team that has been bad the last 5 years. You need to completely start fresh. Are you going a Mike McCarthy, who has proved he's a winning coach? Are you going a Pete Carroll, who has proved he's a winning coach? Or are you going a coordinator who you can completely build up and you're risking...
You said I'm starting fresh. Right?
Relatively fresh. You're a younger team.
So what's my goal? Am I trying to compete? Am I trying to just get back to relevancy?
You're trying to... I mean, that depends. Let's say you're the owner. You're depending... Because I think the Jets and the Saints are okay with going back to relevancy. I think the Cowboys want to win. I think the Bears...
I think the Jets want to win, too. I think the Jets should be looking to win. Hey,
I think the
New York... If Aaron Rodgers retires, listen here. Let me put this into your brains right now. If Aaron Rodgers decides to walk away or you guys don't want him anymore, he decides to retire, whatever happens, there's a quarterback who just played his 2 worst games of the season. Way back when, you drafted him number 3 overall. He saw Ghost with you. He was just seeing Ghost this weekend. You bring him back. Insert him with this lineup. If he can play how he did this past season with this team, with the way this defense is supposed to be, if you can bring in a guy like Robert Saleh that can have this defense playing well again, the weapons that you put around him, he can go from Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Aaron Jones to Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Braylon Allen. Bring Sam Darnold home. Bring him back to the Jets. I didn't even think about this. We're supposed to be talking about coaches. But if Aaron Rodgers is not the starter, is not the guy for the Jets next season, if he decides to retire or whatever else, they want to move on from him, go get Sam Darnold. If Sam Darnold is willing to take a 1-year, $20-some million contract, just another prove-it deal because he lost so much money in these past couple of games, New York Jets, Woody Johnson, bring him back.
See, I think it's a beautiful sentiment that you're going for. Unfortunately, I disagree because I adore Sam Darnold and I don't want him to be coordinated by Nathaniel Hackett.
Okay, all right. So your original question, sorry. What coach? What type of coach would I be looking for? Like, so again, if I'm just going, I think honestly, say okay, let's just say I just fired my coach. I think I
Let's
go
say
it.
you're the Bears. You're the Bears.
I go young. I think I go young. I like taking the shot on a young coordinator because he can be our guy for the next 15 years. You take a shot on a Sean McVay like the Rams did. You take a shot on a Kyle Shanahan like the Niners did. You take a shot on a Matt LaFleur like the Packers did. I take my shot on a young coordinator, and yeah, it could flame out quick because I think the floor is a lot lower, but the ceiling is a lot higher. Whereas the if I get an established guy like a Pete Carroll, Mike McCarthy, I know what their floor is. Mike McCarthy's gonna come in and make my offense pretty good. We'll be a good playoff team, but we probably won't get over that hump. Pete Carroll, he's probably a bit outdated, but I know our defense should be solid if we can put some weapons around him. Our offense, if we can get a quarterback that can game manage, we should be fine as well. But if I go with that young guy, our potential is through the roof. So I would honestly just continue to shoot with the young guys until I hit. So yeah, that's my way of thinking. If I'm a team that just fired my coach, but let's say I'm a team that's ready to win now, it'd be different. If I'm the Niners and I fire Kyle Shanahan, maybe I don't go in that young direction. But if I'm a team that's like you said, I'm trying to build back up to relevancy, I think I go with the young guy and build with him. He's our guy. He's our fresh start. We're giving him his first start, his first head coaching opportunity, and we build with him.
I've always liked the idea of that as well. It's just you're taking more of a risk, and some
For
teams, I
sure,
guess,
for sure.
don't like that. Tampa Bay. There's been a lot of talk around them lately.
Mm-hmm.
Liam Cohen is a very hot commodity for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Bowles is supposed to be a defensive-oriented coach. Their defense was really
Yeah,
bad this year, but
yeah.
but for the most part, he's been a good coach since he became their guy.
A lot of injuries in the secondary too. I can't put too much of the blame on him. They had so many injuries in the secondary.
Todd Bowles is, I want to say, 68 years old. He doesn't have a lot left in him. Liam Cohen, fresh guy,
Mm-hmm.
brilliant offensive mind, loves Baker, got a
Mm-hmm.
lot out of Baker.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think about moving on from Todd Bowles?
I think this is bigger than Todd Bowles. I love the Buccaneers. We both wanted them to get in, but I think the harsh reality for the Buccaneers is as much as we love Baker Mayfield, we love Mike Evans, we love this team, Vita Vea and the crew. There's a very noticeable cap to this team, a ceiling to this team. They're going to be a dangerous team in the first couple of rounds in the playoffs, but you never expect them to see them in the NFC Championship game, and for damn sure you don't expect to see them in the Super Bowl. So I don't think it's a coaching problem in this case. I think it's just your roster has been maximized. You've maxed out what you can do with Baker Mayfield. For sure, he can come into next season, put up great numbers again. You get Chris Godwin back, Mike Evans, but another an offseason for Bucky Irving, he only gets better. So this team, I wouldn't be surprised if they came in and won 11 games next season, hell, even 12 games next season. But I think this is their range to where they're a 9-win team on their worst years, 8 or 9-win team. But they can have a great year where they win 11, maybe 12 games. But I think they're somewhere right in the middle, 10 and 11 win team. So I don't think this is a coaching problem. If you want to go with Liam Cohn, sure. But I don't think that changes anything because, like I said, I think this is a roster issue, and I love Baker Mayfield. I love rooting for him, but I think you've reached your cap, your ceiling with Baker Mayfield. So I think this is a roster problem.
This wasn't anything to do with Todd Bowles, to be honest. It was.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a cool coach, and I agree that they have a roster problem. It's just, do you risk losing such a good offensive mind in Liam Cohen and him going on to his next team, and you got to make Baker learn a new system again, and you got to go through the whole offensive
I'm not sure what I would
process.
do in that situation, to be honest. I can't give you an answer. I don't know. Maybe you can, hey, you talk to him, hey, Liam, we're gonna give Todd Bowles another year. If you stick around with us, just know this job is yours. Whenever Todd Bowles is out of here, the job is yours. I don't know if you can, say something like that to keep him around, but if you can, that's probably something I would do, because I don't think him coming in changes anything really, and I don't want him to come in and now in a couple of years he's the scapegoat when it's really, I think this is just a roster. Not even that it's a problem because they're a good team, but I think their roster is just capped out to what they can do.
How much do you think playoff success determines like the how much of a commodity like they are. Like Brian Flores has been in a lot of rumors. He's been in a lot of talks. Do teams lose a little faith in him? He
For
showed.
me, for me, no. Like I can't
What
say
about on the other side?
I can't say teams don't, but if I'm a G, like for me personally, no, I don't lose anything. I don't lose any faith, or it doesn't take me down. Like I don't love him as much if I wanted him because he has a bad performance in the playoffs. I really don't put that too much on coordinators when it comes to that type of thing. So if I'm a guy, if I was a GM, whoever, and Brian Flores was my guy, I was dead set on Brian Flores coming into the playoffs. I don't think what I saw this past weekend changes that for me. I think if he was, not to say he is my guy, but if he was my guy, that doesn't change things for me. And I think I would still look to bring him in if Brian Flores was my guy prior to that game. I don't think what he did changes my mind.
What if Bobby Slowick was to go out and put on a master class of offensive play calling? They beat the Chiefs.
Now
They put up
that
a
is
good fight against the
different.
Ravens.
That I think you can up your
That's
value,
what
but I don't
yeah,
think your value should be diminished by playoff
I
losses
agree.
or the way. But I think you can definitely up your value. Now, if the Texans go out
How
there and
much though?
I think there's a cap on it. I don't think it should take you from not on my list at all to my number one priority. Now I want you to be my guy. But I definitely think it should, open some eyes and be like, hey, maybe you know what? Maybe we can give this guy a shot. Maybe he's shown he can do it at the highest level. So maybe we'll bring him in and see what he can do. So yeah, I think it works that way. But I don't know if I would care. I don't care for it the other way.
The two guys in Detroit right now are easily the two hottest commodities.
Mm-hmm.
I, third, I don't know, maybe Joe Brady, probably Mike McCarthy. Say Bobby Slowick does have a phenomenal performance. Can he jump up behind the two Detroit guys, or do you think Joe Brady, McCarthy would still be ahead of him?
I've heard a lot about Joe Brady. I think he may be
Really?
back with the. Has there been a lot of like interviews
Not a
with him?
ton, no, but
I think he stays in Buffalo because I haven't heard. I've seen Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter talking about this guy's interviewed this team is bringing in this guy. I haven't seen a bunch of Joe Brady. Where has he interviewed? Because I haven't seen a bunch of his. So
there's
right now it looks like he's gonna be back. It looks like Cliff is gonna be back because he's not taking any interviews until at least after this game, till what happens after this game. So it looks like Cliff
that's
is
what I
gonna
was
stay
going to
over
say.
there.
It seems like some of the coordinators are more locked in onto finishing this season before they do a lot of interviews. Like Todd
Mm-hmm.
Monken, he's taken interviews, but he even said like, I love the position I'm in right now. I'm focused on what I'm doing right now, and it's just unfortunate that
Mm-hmm.
now is when I have to also focus on trying to move
Mm.
up in
I
my
always
career.
thought that was weird in the NFL, how you're just taking interviews when your team is still trying to win. You have to come up with a game plan
It's
for
just
the next
stupid.
week. I always thought that was weird. Like, why can't we wait till after the Super Bowl? It's only two teams left. Now everybody can have, their pickings of who they want. So I always thought that was weird. But yeah, I'm not sure if he jumps up that high if I'm other guys. But I mean, shit, maybe if you're dead set on a guy, I even feel this way with the draft. If you're dead set on a guy, I can't hate on you for taking your guy. If that's your
Cam
guy,
Johnson.
if that's your guy and you're set, we know we can make it work with him. Go ahead and do it. Now there are rare cases, or not rare, but there are occasions where it's like, holy shit, you could have traded back and got something. But it's like if you have your guy dead set, who you like. I wasn't a huge hater when the Giants took Daniel Jones. Sure, it was a little like whoa, like he's out of Duke. He's probably not he's not going to come in and turn your franchise around probably. But if that was your guy, and I know Mel Kiper had the same stance too, and he's the draft guy. But if that was your guy, just take your guy. And you brought up Cam Johnson. That was the Suns guy. We know we can make it work with him. He can fit in nicely, but with Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and the crew. So we're going to take him no matter what people say, no matter what people think. We have this guy on our big board at number one, so we're going to take him because we can make it work. We can make him fit. So if you think somebody's your guy as an OC, a DC, and you can make him your head coach, go out and take the swing. Because if it doesn't work, you're on to the next. I'm fine with teams taking shots, especially if you're a young team. Now, if you're an older team, you're looking to win right away. Then there's probably more urgency. It's like, all right, we need to get this right with this guy. But if you're a younger team, your quarterback has a bunch of years. He's a rookie, second year guy. He has time to develop. He has a bunch of years ahead of him. I don't mind you swinging for the fences on a guy where it's like, okay, yeah, we're dead set on making this guy, Bobby Slowick, our guy, and this is going to be his team. We're going to build with him. So if that's what teams want to do, I'm perfectly fine with that. If he's your guy,
What do you
go
think
get him.
about the other side? Like the older quarter, like how much do you put on experience, like an Arthur Smith or a guy like him?
No, Arthur Smith can. Who was it? The Jets that interviewed him?
There's been a lot of interviews.
Somebody just interviewed him today or yesterday. But it depends on the name, and with a lot of these older guys, they've had prior head coaching experience, so I think that comes into play. When you're talking with the younger guys, they haven't had this head coaching experience, so that's why I think you can take the shot. But if you've seen what these older guys have done when they've coached in other places, now it's like, oh, it didn't work here when I was head coaching. Oh, so now I've been an OC for the past couple of seasons. I've been a DC for the past 7 years. If I'm Steve Spagnuolo, I've just been DCing now since head coaching didn't work. So it's like, I will be a little bit more hesitant to do that, to bring a head coach that went to a coordinator back into a head coaching role because it didn't work. Whereas if it was a younger guy, I would just take the risk. But yeah, I would be a little hesitant on older guys.
Arthur Smith and Matt Nagy, guys like that are disgusting to me. I wouldn't bring them in no matter what. But Steve Spagnuolo does interest me just a little bit.
If I'm Steve Spagnuolo, I don't go anywhere. I can see why teams want him, but if I'm him, I wouldn't go anywhere.
Let's talk Monday. We record on Mondays.
Okay.
The National Football Championship is Monday.
Yeah, okay, but it's a good thing there's no Monday Night Football game because, obviously. And then we also have Monday Night Raw, so what were you going to say? Go ahead.
And we do kind of do the
That's why I was thinking about that. I was like, I'm glad there's no Monday Night Football game this week because I know the national championship game is this week. I know Smallz is gonna want to talk about that, so I was gonna make sure to watch that game at least. I haven't been tuned into college football at all this season, obviously, but I was gonna make sure to at least be tuned into that game, like I was with last week's Monday Night Football game, watching Raw and watching that simultaneously, just going back and forth while I'm working. But yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna suggest we film Sunday.
Why?
I don't know if I'm doing something for this.
If you're gonna be doing something, yeah, I'm perfectly fine to film on Sunday. Yeah, that's fine by me.
I'll let you know. I'll keep you.
Yeah, I really don't care, bro. When we first started, I don't know if you remember, but when we first started, my suggestion was we do Sundays, and it's like Monday Night Football. I'm sorry, but fuck you. My first suggestion was always Sundays because it felt like that's what was the hottest topics. There was 14 games on that day, so it's like we can get that out. Boom, Monday morning, it's there. Everybody's looking for it. So that's what I was always forced recording on Sundays. I was always
next season we can probably change that because I'm gonna be on my own, so it's really. Okay.
I mean, I don't mind doing Mondays.
And hopefully,
I don't care.
Hopefully next season, yo ass got a new job, so we're not filming quite as late.
I will have a new job by next season. I will.
Put it in the world. Before we get into small talk, I gotta mention it. They played tonight.
She was ass. Go ahead.
Madison Green played 5 minutes. She didn't shoot a shot. 0 for 0. She didn't have an assist. She didn't have a turnover. She didn't have a foul. No steals, no block.
She had a Tony Snell.
She had 1 rebound.
Did they win?
And yeah, they're
big rebound. Big rebound, man. Big rebound. Good shit. She did her job. Man.
I just feel bad for her because I'm gonna say some names that mean literally nothing to you, but she's a 5th-year senior, and she was stuck behind J.C. Sheldon, who was a first-round pick in the WNBA. She was stuck behind Celeste Taylor, so it's not like you just moved J.C. over to the 2 because Celeste was drafted by the Fever with Caitlin Clark. And now she's stuck behind the best freshman in the entire country. Jelani Cambridge had 27 tonight. She can't play shooting guard because Chance Gray just transferred over, and that's our best player's best friend, and she is stud too. So Madison just kind of she's just kind of there, you know. It makes me sad.
Do you think she'll be in the league one day?
Absolutely not. She played 5 minutes. As a 5th-year senior, are you serious?
Madison Green, we love you. Come on the show. You know, maybe you can be our third member. Maybe you can be our third member if the WNBA doesn't work.
She comes on the show. What are we gonna talk about?
I'm sure she enjoys some football too. We can talk football with her, or I'll get into the W if she wants to talk about the W.
Madison Green sits on that bench a lot with Kaya Henderson. Kaya Henderson is booed up with Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles is like Ohio State's best football player on the defensive end, other than Caleb Downs, because Caleb Downs is a dog. Sonny Styles is going to be in the NFL. So we get to Madison Green. She gets us to Kaya, and then Kaya gets us to Sonny.
I'm already seeing it. Hell yeah. Hey, and I was on Instagram the other day. I was just watching some stories, and I get to a certain guy. You know, he's my guy. I get to Trey Lance. I see he's on vacation. I'm like, shit, you know, maybe when he gets back from this vacation, you know, he can come, you know, fuck with us. So the DM has already been sent to Trey Lance. The DM has already been sent. Just know that.
This is about my blessing.
The invitation is out there. Trey Lance, if you want to come on the show, man, we're here. I said sometime.
Oh, you didn't actually. Oh, you did DM.
I said sometime in the off season. I didn't say, you know, tomorrow. I said, yo, just throwing the feelers out there. Then he says, yeah, I'm down. Then when we get closer to a date, it's like, yo, this weekend, you available? But I'm just saying, like,
if Trey Lance says I want to come on the podcast at on a Tuesday at 2 p.m., I'm calling in at work and saying I'm definitely sick, bro.
Absolutely. I don't care when it is. He can tell me he wants to record at fucking 5 a.m. for all I care. I will be there. And that's just not for Trey. That's not just for Trey Lance. That goes for anybody. If anybody wants to come on, we'll make it work for y'all. We will make it work. And
Josh Dobbs.
We said this back in whenever we said it. We will have someone on here in this offseason. We will. We guarantee it. We guarantee it. That's a Charles Barkley guarantee. That's a Charles Barkley guarantee. So that don't mean shit.
Hey, Prado, get ready, bro. I was playing Fortnite with Prado, and he goes, "Hey, man, when y'all gonna have a guest on?" He said, "I'd be real good on there." I said, "Prado, you don't watch football."
What is he gonna talk about?
He said, "You guys can have a segment where I watch for 1 week, and then I tell you everything that happened." And he goes, "What if a guy goes off and now it's this random guy who's not even that good? I just think he's the best player of all time."
Sounds like a decent segment.
That's a decent little segment.
Sounds like a decent segment. So Prado, bro, be looking at your DMs. We might hit you up.
Hey, before we move on, Sonny Styles, I brought him up. I went to last year, the last game they played Michigan. I went to a Ohio State women's game, and they won the Big Ten. So they were doing the confetti and everything. And we were like 5 rows up from the court. We're standing there watching them do the parade. And I look next to me. I'm like, damn, that's a big dude. Didn't think much more of it. We go home. My mom has a friend who had a little girl there. And they recognize Sonny Styles. And they get a picture with him. I was literally right next to him, bro. Right next to him.
Have you ever met anyone famous?
John Diebler. But you don't know who that is.
Yeah, who's that?
Yeah. He played for Ohio State for a long time.
Oh yeah, that's the most famous guy you've met.
I kind of met Jared Sullinger.
What does that mean?
Like, I got a picture with him, but
so you met him.
But like, you know, it's like,
what's that mean? Like, was it like, yo, Jared, can you take a picture with me real quick?
No, I was like 5 years old, and When I was little, my dad had a friend who like worked in the commentating thing, so he got his tickets a lot. So we would be like right there, and I had this little hat on, and they would put me on TV a whole bunch because like little kid in a Brutus Buckeye hat.
Brady,
you know? Yeah, I was on TV as shit ton.
Okay.
And I have a picture with like a lot of the old players. It was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. So
the most famous guy I met. But I wouldn't say I met him. Like, I didn't talk to him at all. John Diebler I've met because
so it's probably like your dad was like, yo, Jared, you want to take a picture with my son wants to take a picture with you. You didn't even say anything. It was just like, yeah, I'll do it.
He like stood behind the scores table. I'm standing in front of it. They just took a quick picture and he walks away.
Oh, okay. Fair. Yeah. Okay.
Most famous guy I think we both ever met would probably just be KB.
Yeah. I haven't met anybody. KB probably is the most famous guy I met. I haven't met him, but do you know Fabulous the rapper?
No.
But I was in an Adidas store in Miami with my friend, and he had just walked in, And we were like, who the fuck is this guy walking in with security? Like, bro, we don't know who the fuck this guy is. Like, security, you can relax. It was like people trying to walk to the corner, try to go look at the stuff. And security's like, whoa, watch out. Like, bro, who the fuck is this guy? We don't give a fuck. But then we realized who it was, and we were like, oh shit, okay. So yeah, Fabulous is, if you guys know, he's a rapper. I didn't meet him, but he was just in the same store as me. So yeah, KB's probably the most famous guy, man.
I guess I met MMG too. I don't know if he's more famous than KB though. They're pretty close.
What do you mean you guess? What do you mean you guess? Was it the same thing? Yeah, he was just
no. I met MMG. I just don't know if he's more famous than.
Okay.
Than
Okay. I don't know. I'm not an MMG guy. All right, we can get into small talk.
Who do you think got more subs?
Probably MMG. I know KB's what, like, I'm saying, say KB's like what, 1.4 million. Probably MMG.
MMG got 3 million.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And he got 1.4. Why you know that?
I didn't know that. I took a guess. But yeah, I've seen maybe one MMG video in my life. Maybe one. Maybe like I was a kid and the fucking thumbnail and title just got me to click on it for a second, and that's it. No hate to him. No hate to him, but it's just like I've just never watched.
You've watched his Madden franchises before.
I have not. You mean like you streaming them?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, if that counts as me watching MMG, sure. Okay, so I guess I'm a huge MMG fan then. I'm a huge fan.
All right. Get into a little bit of small talk. I got some 3 stupid ass things and then one kind of actually good conversation. This is the last time I will mention it. I've mentioned it the last 2 podcasts.
Your sleep schedule. Yeah.
Not just the sleep schedule, but the damn Alarmy app. Because I even upped the difficulty of the math problems. I had to do it with a calculator this morning, and I was fully awake, bro. And I just put my phone back down and went back to sleep. Like, why?
I did that this morning. So I've actually fixed my sleep schedule the past couple of days where I've been waking up at like 10:30. I think a couple of days ago I woke up at like 9. I wake up today, I roll over, I check my phone, and I'm just so used to checking my phone and the fucking clock saying 2 p.m., 2:30. So I'm like, oh, here we go. It's about to be 3. I just got to get up and start my day. But I look and it says like it says 10:30. I'm like, oh shit. And like, look, I even get up, I go use the bathroom, I go check it around the house, see what's going on.
Oh, that's different.
See if mom made anything, like if anything snacks, I can just grab real quick. And I weigh myself every morning, so I even get on the scale, I check my weight. And then I jump back into the fucking bed. Like, I literally walked all around the house, used the bathroom, got on the scale, and then I jumped back into the bed. And the thing is, it's like, I didn't even fall back asleep. I just rotted in the bed all day. It's like, not all day, but until I had to get up. I just laid there until I just got myself to sleep. And it's not like I was trying to sleep, but I was just in the bed so long. It's like I just eventually ended up fucking dozing off. So I ended up sleeping another like 2.5, 3 hours when I didn't need to. It's not like I woke up and I was tired. I just woke up, did everything I needed to do, and got back in the bed. It's like, even if I would have just got on and played some video games, I would have rather myself done that than just go back to sleep. And yeah, I don't know.
I showed my mom that alarm. I told her how upset I had been with my sleeping self, and she, I don't know if your mom's the same way. Well, maybe if you didn't stay up all night, then you'd be able to wake up easier. Mom, chill out. I said so the day after we film on Monday. So Tuesday night, I literally fell asleep at 7 p.m.
I've stopped going to the I think that's what messes me up a lot. Us filming and then me going to the gym after. I've made it. I no longer go to the gym after we film. It's too late. Because when we don't film, it's like, all right, I'm going to the gym at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. But when we film, it's like, I got to do the timestamps. I got to do this. Then I'm going to the gym. I'm getting to the gym at 4:30. That's when it's like, all right. And I'm leaving the gym and the sun's about to be up in 10 minutes. That's when it goes too far. So I've made it now to where I don't go to the gym on days we film. Well, not at least after. I've been going to the gym a lot earlier in the day, whether it's I go at like 10 p.m. or I go like before work. So I've been finding other times to go.
Good. What do you think the dumbest purchase you made in 2024 was, if you had any?
I don't make a lot of purchases. I'm a guy that doesn't buy a lot of things for myself, but the dumbest purchase I made for myself in 2024. I gotta look around my room. Like, I literally nothing. Literally nothing. Because I honestly don't buy myself anything. So literally nothing. I don't have a. How much was it?
He's not the dumbest purchase. I was just looking around the room, like you
Oh,
said,
okay.
and I thought he was cool, and he was
Mm-hmm.
$30.
Yeah, that's not bad. Like that. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Madden, but it was like it's $32 in the grand scheme of things. $32. It's like whatever. It's not like I spent a couple hundred. So I'm thinking about it, and it's like I don't buy myself anything. I really don't. Like I will not buy myself something until I need it. Until it's like fuck, I don't. My shoes are all got holes in them. I need to go. I need to go buy them. I need to go buy another pair. It's like my clothes are all fucking worn out. I have to go buy another shirt. It's like I'm not gonna buy something for myself until I desperately need it. So I don't think there's anything I really wasted my money on this year.
I went through a phase a couple years ago where I was buying so many vinyls, dude. And I have my vinyl player right
Yeah, I
there,
know
but
you
I
were a
don't
vinyl
even.
guy. Yeah, you used to. Do you still have them? Are they just off camera? They're on your wall.
Yeah, and I have a
Mm.
bunch on my shelves and everything, but I spent thousands of dollars on those bitches, dog.
Okay, I didn't even spend that much money on Twitch this year, but I was maybe just Twitch, maybe just spending on Twitch. I know you're different, but it's like that's probably where I spent the most money this year, other than like bills and necessities. But in the first half of the year, because I've done a lot better, obviously in the second half. But just buy like eating out. It's like, and it won't be all me. It'll be like my friends. It's like, yo, Herlens, what you doing? You trying to come out with us? It's like, oh, fine. It's like, fine. I'll go out with you guys. And it's like, whenever I'm going out with friends, it's like, oh, we're going somewhere to eat. Then we hang out after. So it's like money that I'm being. Actually, no. Dumbest. It's not a purchase. Dumbest just spending money because I didn't really purchase anything. I went to the strip club with my friend. I think I told you the story, but I'll say it on here. And I think I told the guys the story too. So me and my friend, we've never been to a strip club. We were like, fuck it, let's go. Let's see what it's about. And before that, we were out like on our out downtown, just hanging out, having a good time, just chit chatting with people, just hanging out. What guys do. And we were like, all right, fuck this. Let's go hit up the strip club because we have a friend that we went to school with that works at said strip club. She was like, all right, let's go see what it's saying. Let's go see what it's talking about. I'm like, yo, text her, see if she working, whatever. He texts her, he don't get an answer, so she's probably not working. So we just go anyway. We're like, fuck it. So we go into there. We just scout. Oh no! Before we get in there, I'm acid telling stories. But we go to park. Dude, we walk up to the front door. Dude is out front. 5 for parking. 5 for parking. We're like, what? We gotta pay to park? Is this fucking raggedy ass rundown club? We gotta pay to park here. But it's like, all right. He was like $5 to park. I just took out a 10 from my wallet. I was like, here, I'll pay for the both of those. I told my friend, don't even worry about it. It's $5. I'm not tripping. We open the front door. Dude at the door talking about 15 to get in, 15 to get in. So it's like, fuck, 5 to park, 15 to get in. But fine, whatever. It's like here's my card. There's 15. I don't know. No, it wasn't. I didn't know we needed to pay to get in and to pay to park. So I had to go in and get change, and from their ATM. And okay, sorry, I'm actually telling stories. I came there knowing we were gonna go. So I had $80 cash on me. And he was like, yo, you want to hit the ATM? I'm like, no. Nah, you told me because he talked to the girl that works there. You told me it's 25 for a dance, so I got the both of us. That's 50 right there, and I got an extra 30 just in case anything happens. We're set. We get one dance, extra 30. We're good. So I don't have change on me, so I go inside because I'm like, no, this is the money for the dancing. So I go inside to their ATM to go get money to pay the guy to park and pay the guy at the desk. Their ATM has a $10 fee. A $10 fee is ridiculous. And on top of that, I bank with Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, if I don't use one of their ATMs, they charge me another $4. So I'm paying $14 in fees because I'm using a strip club ATM and also a non-Wells Fargo ATM. So I'm already pissed. So I pull out the money. I'm like, whatever, it's whatever. I'm not tripping, bro. Fit an extra $14, whatever. If we have a good time, I'm not tripping. So we walk in there. We just, we're kind of lost. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what to do. We just first time being in a strip club. We first thing it's like I don't know if this is everybody's experience, but first thing we did, we just went to the bathroom. It's like, all right, let's just go scout this out. Let's talk. Let's see what we got to do. So we just go to the bathroom real quick. We talk. We walk into the bathroom. There's a guy slinging towels in there, working, throwing peppermints at you. Got cologne. He's trying to get a tip. We walk right out of there. It's like, bro, let's just sit at the bar. Let's just talk. So we're just walking over to the bar. and we get stopped immediately. I guess, and I think it's like they saw we look lost. We didn't know what we were doing. Two girls come up to us. It's like they're on us. You want to dance? You want to dance? You want to dance? You want to dance? Me, I was gonna say, yo, let's chill, let's chill. My friend immediately, let's get the dance. Yeah, we're down to dance. So they take us to the back. They're giving us our dances. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. You know, I wanted to just hang for a bit, but we're getting the dance. Who cares? You said it's 25 for a dance. That's whatever. So they're dancing on us, dancing on us, dancing on us, and they're like, "Oh, you want another dance?" I'm ready to say, "No, no, we're good, we're good, we're good." The girl that's dancing on my friend, because it's like kind of like stalls, like a bathroom, but seats, obviously. So the girl that's dancing on my friend is like, "Oh no, your friend said another. Your friend said one more. Your friend said one more." I'm like, "Damn, he's having a good time. Fuck it, we'll go again. Whatever. I gotta go pull out more money, but we're having a good time. First time in the strip club with my guy. We're having
the
a good
other girl
time."
probably said that to him too.
I'm not. We'll get there. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Fuck it. So it's like, all right, whatever. We get another dance. We get another dance. Then then the dance is over. It's like, oh, you guys want us to switch? Like I take his girl, and then he take my girl, and then again she's like, your friend said yes. Your friend said yes. So now I'm like, bro, he's having the time of his life. And at this point, I'm like, okay, this is not on me anymore. We're splitting this now because I would have paid if it was one or two dances, but now we're getting 3 dances. Now we're splitting this, so I'm like, fuck it, whatever. Come on, switch. So they're dancing whatever they're dancing. The third dance is over, and they get off, and they're like, again. That's when I had to step in, boy. I don't care if he said he wanted another dance. We're cutting it off. We're done. We're done. So they get back dressed, whatever. And they get up, and I'm looking at Otis. I'm like, that's the friend I was with, Otis. Sorry, I don't know if I said that. But I'm looking at him. I'm like, dog, bro, you were enjoying it that much? And he goes, bro, she was telling me the same thing. Like, she was saying the same thing to me. So I'm like, fuck, we just got, bro. And the whole time, they're speaking Spanish to each other. So I was already a little sus. So they get up, I'm talking to Otis, just chit-chatting in, and we're like, and then they come back to us, and they're like, okay, so it's going to be 150. So I'm like, oh, 150, that makes sense. You said it was $25 for a dance. We each got 3 because, they did their switch. Then they gave us another one. So I'm like, okay. I was like, let me just go pull out the money, 150. And she goes, because her English was kind of, a little so-and-so. So she was like, because I was like 150 total, right? And she goes, no. 150 me, 150 my friend. I'm like, hold on. 150 each? And she goes, yeah. 150 me, 150 my friend, 150. And I'm like, fuck. And I swear to God, in my head, I'm like, bro, Otis, we gotta fucking get away from that. They don't speak great English. Maybe they won't even be able to tell somebody we just fucking cleared it. I look behind them, I look past them. There's a big ass dude just standing like this. Arms crossed, is ready if somebody tries anything. So he's ready. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, Otis, bro, we can't do shit. We gotta fucking pay it. They got us, bro. They got us. And whole time he's telling me, bro, I didn't even say, I didn't even say another one. I didn't say any of that. And his plan was he didn't have any like card or anything on him. He just brought his ID so he could get in. So I had to go to the ATM, pull everything out. So I have to pull out $300 because I have to pay them, obviously. And on top of, and the most you can do at a time, I think, was $80. So that means I had to do 4 or 5 different transactions. So each time I was getting charged a $14 fee because 10 because the ATM, and then 4 because of my bank. So I got charged so much, and I had to pay that. I had to pay them on top of that, and then I had to pay the parking and to get in. I paid this. Bro, so we literally got out of there, and I was pissed. I had some little chump change of like $8. No, I had a $1 in my pocket. We found this when we were out before we went to the club, and I found it on the ground. I was like, oh yeah, we having a good night tonight. I remember taking the dollar out of my pocket. I threw it on the ground and said, get that shit out of my pocket. That is the most unlucky dollar I've ever found in my life. Because I found it, picked it up, put it in my pocket, thinking we're going to have a great night. And then our night gets ruined. So I'm like, fuck no, get this. I left it there. So we're sitting talking, and we drive over to Wawa to just, reconvene and just talk about our night. And we were sitting there just fucking pissed. I'm like, Otis, what the fuck did we just do? We went in there and spent over fucking like 250 each with all the, well, not even him. I spent damn near $300 just because I paid fees. I paid them. I paid both of us to get in. I paid the parking. I paid all this shit. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck did we just do? And I was like, dog, I just got paid today, bro. I may as well have not even gotten fucking paid damn near. It's like, fuck, I just spent everything I made. And I was like, bro, and then ever since then, he's never came back with me. But I was like, I can't let that be my one experience. So I've gone back and not that it's like, oh, I'm going to be there every time, but it's like, okay, I could see myself there once a fucking every year or some shit. But it's like that. So that was the time where I spent what was the question? The worst money I've spent. That was the dumb, not a purchase per se, but that was just the money I spent that I was pissed. Me going to the fucking strip club. And people will look at that going to the strip club. I was like, oh, you didn't spend nothing. But my intentions were going in there. I had my money set, $25 each. Me and my friend, I got us covered. That's all we're spending. I went in there and spent $250 to $300. So I was pissed.
Yeah, I would have moved with that.
Sorry to make that into a fucking 20-minute story, but
yeah. That was fun. I like it.
Yeah.
Actually, before we get out of here, way different topic. We should have done that last, I guess. With this podcast, say the tip of the iceberg. We grow to wherever you want to say. You don't have to work at your grocery store anymore. This is your primary job.
Mm-hmm.
What would you hope this branches into being? Like, could you see yourself being an analyst? Could you see yourself working with Tom Brady, being a commentator?
No, that's something people always ask me, because I've always wanted to work in sports since I was young. And people always said, oh, Herlens, you're going to be commentating the game. And I always say, absolutely not. Because when you're commentating the game, it's like you have to be good. Like, you're ruining the experience for somebody if you're not good in that game, and that's so much pressure. So I commemorate anybody who's commentating games, because if you're not a great analyst, it's like, fuck, okay, somebody's just not gonna watch. It's whatever, they're not missing out on anything. But if somebody, you're tuning in to watch your favorite team play, and I'm commentating that game, and I'm just having a terrible, I'm commentating terribly. It's like I'm ruining you watching your favorite teams. I'm watching that. I'm ruining that experience for you. So I will never ever commentate games. That's not what I never want to do that. Even if I was just a guest, like on the Manning cast or something, I feel like I'd be terrible as well. That's something I don't think I would do. Like, where it's like we're in the middle of a game. It's like if they're just asking me questions, it's just an interview, I'm just fine. But commentating a game is where I just don't think I could ever see myself doing that. But being an analyst, I guess labeled as a professional analyst, like being on TV, sure. Like if we took this show and it was on TV, it was just the same thing we're doing now and it was just on TV, absolutely I could see it. But do I see myself, I'm on fucking First Take, I'm in a suit and tie going head to head with fucking like Stephen A. Smith or something, and we're just arguing over some shit for 2 hours, 3 hours? Probably not, because that's just not my thing, I guess. I'm just like, you see, we don't fucking, it's not like we have a topic, because like we're just going over games and going over what we saw, what we liked in the weekend. That's more so like, was this it would be like, was this a poor performance from Lamar Jackson, or was this a great performance from the Buffalo Bills? What does this leave for Lamar Jackson's legacy? Where do the Ravens go from here? It's just like they have specific base questions to lead their segment. Whereas I think for us, what leads the segment is just the game itself. It wouldn't be on First Take, all right, Ravens, Bills, let's talk about it, everybody. It would be, oh, Lamar Jackson had a bad game. What does this mean for Lamar Jackson? Who's the MVP after this game? It would be a specific topic, whereas us, it would just be, all right, Bills, Ravens, let's chop it up. Let's talk about what happened in this game. So no, I don't see myself doing either, to be honest. I think it's just something like this, but just on a bigger stage.
We also tend to just be more positive than a lot of those shows. I know you.
I try to be.
I'm a little negative. But
yeah. I try to be, whether it's in sports or just in life. But what now flipping that back on you, what do you think?
Pretty much the same thing. I would never be able to be a commentator, and I think I could probably do the analyst route if I really wanted to. But I think about what we do is just perfect. If we just grow this and kind of like what Numbers on the Board are doing, to be honest. They still do their podcast all the time, but now they also have a segment on ESPN.
I was going to say Pat McAfee. Like, Pat McAfee, I guess, in the sense, is an analyst, But if you watch the Pat McAfee show, it's no, everybody's just fucking hanging around and just fucking just chatting. They're just talking. Literally, Pat McAfee's running wild. He does whatever he wants on that show. He's still cursing even though he's on ESPN. Even I'm not saying that we have to do that, but it's just like they're just kicking back and just hanging out. They're literally not doing anything crazy. They're just hanging out. So yeah, that's something like that's how I would envision it being if it ever got that big.
Pat McAfee, a lucky man, dude. He really just does whatever he wants to, and it works.
Yeah, he's has his
I don't know if you
show
saw
that's blown up. He's commentating Monday Night Raw. He's living a life.
I was gonna say I don't know if you saw it, but he got him and Michael Cole on the side of one of the WWE trucks. And Michael Cole was like, "I've been in this company for 28 years and working with this
and it took this long to get my face on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did see it. Shout out to Pat McAfee. Yeah, but that's what I would. If you told me we would have blew up and we're on that stage, that's what I hope our show would. Not that it would be a 1-to-1 to that, but that's the vibe I hope it would have.
Yeah.
To not to take anything away from like a First Take or any shows like that, but it wouldn't be like that. It would be more so like a Pat McAfee show or something like that. Yeah.
And Kay Adams, if you ever need a co-host, I know a guy you could talk to.
Thank you. What a great one, man. So yeah, Kay Adams, you heard him. If you need a guy you want to talk to, I'm right here. Go ahead.
Deja Kelly, she plays for Oregon.
She
is averaging like 15 points a game. She's a stud. But she's also like, she did her degree in I don't even know what you would call it, but like sports media and stuff. And she was being the sideline reporter for a lot of the Oregon games, and she did color commentary in one of the last recent ones. So she had her practice, and then she had to do her whole routine of getting ready for that game. You know, they got to be all dolled up or whatever you want to call it. She did it in like the locker room, and then she was suited and booted and ready for the men's game. I just think that's so impressive.
Absolutely, yeah. Student athlete, and you're also working. So yeah, shout to her. What'd you say your name was? Deja Kelly. Salute to you.
Fine as hell. We move on. We're done.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys watching and tuning in as always. Share with a friend. I think we're one away from 70. I think we're still at 69. So, share with a friend. Make a bot account for All We Care and sub on that. Don't do that, but share with a friend. Tell somebody, to come check us out. Like I said in the beginning, go show some love on the TikTok if you haven't already. It's been doing some pretty decent numbers over there. We've been doing career highs over there. We appreciate you guys watching. Enjoy the playoffs this weekend. If your team is still in it, I'm rooting for you. Hoping you guys can pull it out. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Friday. Nope, Tuesday. This will be Friday.
Peace.
Playoff.